1st of April 2020, Alok Industries was trading at 4 rupees 10 paisa. Today, as I am recording the video, Alok Industries is trading at 16 rupees and 7 paisa. The stock has seen a 400% return in less than 2 months. I'm sure you might have been amazed by this big bull run in this stock. But has something fundamentally changed for the company? Or दया कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Hi guys, CA Rakshana Ranade here and I welcome you all to a new lecture on Alok Industries. I'm sure you might be really excited to know about this stock because the moment you hear that a stock rose 400% in less than 2 months, your excitement level is like sky high. But wait, I'm going to cut short your excitement because I'm going to tell you a piece of information that on 1st of January 2008, it was trading at 107 rupees. So from 107 rupees to a downfall of less than 2 rupees, we must know what went wrong, what were the series of events which took Alok Industries from such a high to such a low, and what were the series of events which took this company back from these levels to 16 rupees levels. All these things I'm going to discuss in this very video. 1986 was the year in which Alok Industries was set up as a private limited company. From 2004 to 2013, the company invested more than 10,000 crore rupees in setting up various units in garmenting, spinning, weaving. But during this era, they did not only invest in building up capacities, but they also invested in more and more stores. They opened 250 outlets under the brand name of H&A in India and more than 210 outlets abroad. The million-dollar question here is that if they have spent so much, or I may say they have invested so much in setting up factories, in setting up or opening up stores in India and outside India, where did the money come from? To get an answer to the million-dollar question of where did the money come from, we must understand the balance sheet over the period of years. And I'm going to take you through 2017 till 2019. But if you want to understand this, it's a big table that I'm referring to. So let me go off the screen and let me bring the table inside the screen. Here I am on Screener.in website. I just searched Alok Industries and I'm going down to balance sheet. That's where we are going to get the answer to our million-dollar question. Here you can see that the borrowings of the company, which was 3,337 crores, it has increased steadily over the period of years, and we are going to talk only till March 17. It has gone up to 25,506 crore rupees. This is as good as 7 times increase in borrowings in a span of roughly 10 years. Now, is it a problem? See, they are borrowing money from the bank and they are investing it into various manufacturing units. Is this a problem? This is not a big problem. Problem will arise if this investment does not yield us good cash from operations. So how do we understand that whether the investment that they have made in the expansion, the investment that they have made in plant and machinery, whether that is translating into sales or not, and whether this sale is being translated into cash flow from operating activities or not. Okay, so now that you have understood borrowings part, before we go on into cash flow from operating activities, first let us go to sales. Has the sales improved? Here you can see that sales in March 2007 was at 1,806 crores. It kept on increasing steadily till March 2015, but that's where we can see a big drop after this. From 24,000 crores, the sales has gone down to 12,000 crores and it has dropped further to 8,000 crores in March 17. I hope you're understanding this. If the sales itself becomes 1/3 in a span of 2 years, from 24,000 crores to 8,000 crores, but the borrowings have steadily increased, will that have a big impact on the profitability of the business? Obviously, yes. See, the sales which was at 24,000 crores has gone down to 8,000 crores. Now let us check what is the interest cost. In comparison to 24,000 crores of sale, the interest portion was 3,000 crores. But 2 years later, see what is the position? Your sales is 8,000 crores, but your interest on loans is 3,442 crores. Will they be able to repay this interest? You may say that yes, sales is 8,000 crores, interest is 3,442 crores, but wait, what is operating profit? This is important. So what is operating profit? That's basically sales minus all these basic operational expenses. Operating profit itself has gone into negative. So with negative operating profit, question is how can they repay this interest portion? Will they be able to repay this interest? Answer is obviously no. Will they default in their loans? Yes. Now what happens with this default? We are going to discuss this, but before we go on to that, let's also understand one more part, that is cash flow from operating activities. See, cash flow from operating activities, which was positive 74 crore rupees in March 7. In March 2017, this operating cash flow itself has gone down to a negative of 3,032 crore rupees. Well, I hope you have understood till now. Sales dropping down, loans continuously increasing, interest portion obviously continuously increasing, interest gone to such a level that it has almost becomes 3 times of the operating profit of 1,326 crores. Do you really feel that the banks are going to keep quiet? No. Question is, what will the banks do? Who was the major lender for Alok Industries? Answers to all these questions are coming up in the very next part of the video. To quickly summarize the last part of the video, in a nutshell, what happened? Number 1, a huge expansion. Number 2, huge expansion backed with a huge amount of loan. Number 3, because of competition from domestic players and drop in exports, sales overall drops. Number 4, not just the sale drops, the profitability also drops. Its operating profit drops, because of which operating cash flows go from positive to a big negative. What happens because of this? Company is now not in a position to repay even its interest part of the loan. Forget about the principal amount. They are not in a position even to repay the interest amount of that. Well, I feel all these points are very, very important if you were to analyze a company. This is hardcore fundamental analysis. All these points tell you the reason why the company actually saw a big downfall. Now I hope you have got the reason why the company's share price might have gone down from 100 rupees to as low as less than 2 rupees, right? Now, if you have understood all these questions, there is also one more point which was mentioned in the notes to accounts of the company's annual report. It said that company expanded not only in the textiles area, but they also expanded into non-related business like infrastructure. So all in all, it was a high expansion story, but unfortunately, which was not backed by a strong revenue growth. Now, what will happen? As I was telling you, will the banks keep quiet who have given them a loan? No, they are not going to keep quiet. In fact, SBI, which was one of their major lenders, they moved to the court. This was in the year 2017, to be precise, June 2017. Now, I'm not going to go into the technicalities of what happened, what not happened. I'll just try to tell you in simple words. As I mentioned, see, assume that I am SBI. I had given loan to Alok Industries. They are not paying back the money to me. Okay. So I tell them by hook or crook, you pay me back my money. Alok Industries says we don't have money to repay you. In fact, now you all know that they didn't have, technically speaking, they didn't have money to even pay the interest portion. Forget about the principal amount. Now, what happens in such a case? In such a case, insolvency proceedings can start if the lender files a case against the company. Okay, who is the lender? SBI. SBI went to NCLT, which is the National Company Law Tribunal. Okay, and in simple words, NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal, is like a court. Okay, where the insolvency proceedings will start. Okay, insolvency is as good as they have become bankrupt now. Okay, now what would happen? Tell me logically what would happen if the company goes bankrupt? There has to be some way where whatever dues, whatever money was payable to the banks, that has to be cleared off. So there could be two possibilities. Possibility number 1, company goes into liquidation. Okay, liquidation means what? Whatever assets the company has, they will be sold off by the court. There's a big process for that. I'm simplifying it for you. They'll be sold off, and whatever money can be paid to the lenders, that will be paid off. Possibility number 1. Possibility number 2, there will be some person, some company who will be interested to buy this company, okay, which has already gone bankrupt. Now you will say, why will a person buy a company which has already gone bankrupt? Answer is very simple. If the investor feels that the company was maybe was not well managed. If they have a capacity to turn around that company, then there is a possibility that they get this company at a throwaway price, because anyways it is insolvent. Okay, so what can an intelligent investor feel? They can buy this company at a very cheap price, and then maybe they feel that they have the capacity to turn around the company. Question is, what happened with Alok Industries? Did they find any buyer? Answer is yes. And who was the buyer? It was a dual investor, a joint investment, I can say. One was by Reliance Industries Limited and the second one was by JM Financials. They both jointly bid for the company. By the way, they were the sole bidder for the company, and they jointly bid this for an amount which was finalized at 5,050 crores. So what does that mean? It means that Alok Industries was as good as taken over by Reliance Industries at a price of what? 5,050 crores. Now, in the next section, we are going to quickly understand what is the split up of this 5,050 crores. So let's understand the split up of this 5,050 crores. Out of this, a major chunk, which is 4,550 crores, is going to come in the nature of a loan. So what does that mean? Neither Reliance nor JM Financials is going to pump in this big amount of money right away. So how much money they are going to pump in right now? They are going to pump in only 500 crores right now. What a deal. Reliance and JM Financials put together, they are going to buy this company, Alok Industries, for a purchase consideration of 5,050 crores. But out of this 5,050 crores, they have to pay only 10% of that right now. Okay. So balance 90% is going to come in the nature of loan only. Okay. What a deal. So what is Reliance and JM going to get in return for this 500 crore rupees? Okay. So you can imagine something like this. They have put in 500 crore rupees. What are they going to get in return? In return, they are going to get equity shares of 250 crores worth rupees, which is 83.33 crore shares. Okay, and optionally convertible preference shares of 250 crore rupees. Now, what is optionally convertible preference shares? It means that right now they are not equity shares, they are preference shares. Okay, these preference shares, however, can be converted into equity shares. They are optionally converted. They can be converted into equity shares at a future date. Okay, so now let us understand this. Currently, the holding in Reliance, the holding of Reliance Industries in Alok Industries, let me repeat, understand, currently Reliance Industries holding along with JM Financials in Alok Industries is roughly 32 to 33%, because they are having 83.33 crore shares. If these shares get converted into equity, which is preference shares, if preference shares get converted into equity, then the percentage holding, you can see our percentage holding will shoot up to 70.76%. Okay, so what will happen? If these preference shares are converted into equity shares at a later date, Reliance Industries along with JM Financials will be holding more than 70% shares in Alok Industries. When this news came up that Mukesh Bhai is investing such a big chunk in Alok Industries, of course, he might have seen something in the company, and that is the reason why people sought this as an investment opportunity. And after this news came in that Reliance is going to invest in JM Financials, after things, of course, there were a lot of question marks which were involved, but as and how the question marks started clearing, as and how more and more news started flowing in for this company, that is where the share price started to see an increase from a low level of as low as 2 rupees till what we are seeing in the current date. Well, before we conclude, you must know 2-3 important points. One very important and interesting point about Alok Industries in the current context of COVID-19 is that you should be aware about this, that Alok Industries is into PPE kits manufacturing. I read an article on the internet which said that before COVID-19, India had barely 150,000 PPE kits, but right now it is manufacturing almost the same number of PPE kits per day. So it's as good as we are manufacturing more than 150,000 PPE kits per day. And Alok Industries is one of the key manufacturers of PPE kits. Is that a positive point? I personally feel obviously yes. Second point which you should know about Alok Industries is about the shares pledged. But I'm not going to discuss that. I'm going to give you homework for this. I want you all to tell me how much percentage of shares are pledged by Alok Industries. That's a big number, by the way. I want you all to quickly check it out on Money Control. How much shares have been pledged by Alok Industries? You can give the answer in the comment section, and of course I'm going to discuss the answer of this question in my live session, which is going to be telecasted tomorrow at 8 p.m. So remember this, tomorrow I'm going to discuss about this at 8 p.m. live session as to how to check how much percentage of shares Alok Industries has pledged. Well, I hope you have understood why the reasons of why the stock went from a low level 200 plus level down to 2 rupees level, and when all these things started coming up, will Reliance take over the company or not? When the air got cleared, when all the confusions were clear, that is the point where the stock ran up from 4 rupees to 16 plus rupees in less than 1 month. Now you may feel that, have we missed the train? The stock has already given a 400% return in less than a month. Well, friends, your favorite stock, Ruchi Soya, has shown a 4,000% return in last few months. Does this mean that I am telling you jump onto this stock? No, wait. I'm not here to give tips. I'm not here to tell you dhamakedar aag laga dega types of stock. No, wait. I've told you the fundamentals. Fundamentals are pathetic right now. What can we bet on? We can bet on the turnaround story. Right now, sales are not good. Profitability is not good. Operating cash flows are not good. Loan is crazy. Okay, I know that this reconstruction, this insolvency proceeding, which now Reliance is the sole bidder, is the sole buyer, they have come in the picture. There could be a case that Reliance may turn around this company into a profitable one. We don't know about that. But if this happens, the stock definitely has a potential to grow to a much higher level. Question is that possible? As I mentioned, no one knows as of now. Then the next big question, then shall I invest or not? Well, you may invest in this stock. Keep this as a party fund stock. For those who are my regular viewers of the channel, they know what is a party fund stock, and they know till now which stock I have referred as a party fund stock. Well, a party fund stock is my own concept. That's nothing but a stock wherein you can risk out some part of your money. Okay. Imagine that you have gone for a party. Let's say you go to a 5-star hotel and you spend like 5,000 rupees on a single dinner with your friends, 5,000, 8,000 rupees on one dinner. Okay. Instead of going there, assume that you invest these 5,000, 8,000 rupees in such a stock. Okay. So if you are able to invest these 8,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees as per your own risk profile. Okay. Assume that you went for a party, you spent this money on single dinner, forget about it. Okay. If this stock gives you a turnaround story, this can really multiply your money. Okay. But ma'am, what if it does not turn around? What if it goes from bad to worst? Then, as I have mentioned, it was a party fund. Anyways, if you had gone out for that dinner, that 5,000 rupees had gone, that 8,000 rupees you have already spent. Okay. Now, how much is a party fund for you depends on your financial position. Okay. So for me, for example, party fund can be like 20,000 rupees. For someone else, party fund can be like 50,000 rupees. For some person, party fund can be like even 2,000 rupees. Okay. So that depends on your risk taking appetite. If you have the risk taking appetite, I feel a small portion can be risked out. A similar party fund example that I had given was Idea, when it was trading somewhere around at 3 rupees 50 paise something. It's trading at more than 5 rupees right now. So yes, these are party fund stocks. These are like penny stocks when you can risk out a small, again I'm repeating, a small amount of your money. Don't invest a lot of money. I personally feel nothing more than 1% also of your entire portfolio should go into such risky stocks. So if they turn out to be well, you'll be really rich, but don't choose a shortcut to become wealthy, because this shortcut can burn your hands as well. Okay. So I hope you have understood the word of caution as well as the opportunity linked with this stock. I hope you take a wise decision and don't burn all your money in one stock. Risk out only a small portion of your portfolio. Yes, so that's it from my side, guys, for the day. I hope you have enjoyed this video, this case study analysis on Alok Industries. That's it from my side for the day. Jai Hind and